My beloved, my child of light, why are your hands trembling right now? Because your soul already knows. Something sacred is arriving. Something divine. Something heaven has been planning for you in absolute silence. A meeting was held above the stars. And your name was spoken with awe. Yes, yours. Archangel Michael himself was present. And when he saw your name shine in golden letters in the air, his eyes filled with tears. Tears of joy. Tears of confirmation. Because after all the hurt you've walked through, after all the nights you cried into your pillow, thinking God forgot you, heaven finally said, now. Now is the time for the release. This is not just another message. This is not just another moment. This is your divine unlocking. This is the breath heaven was holding in. You've been feeling something shifting, haven't you? You can't sleep the same. Your body is reacting to energy it doesn't recognize. That's because Michael has been fighting day and night, just to deliver this message to you. He's crying with happiness, because you finally found it. You finally opened what was meant just for you. God says, tell my child, this will not stay open long. Their miracle is ready. But their delay could seal it away again. The timing is not casual. 45 seconds from now, the realm of release starts closing again. And God doesn't want you to miss this. So listen. Not with ears, but with your heart. Heaven said this revelation was so sensitive. Not even the angels around you knew until the meeting ended. This was locked in light. Bound by glory. And now it's only for you. You're not reading this by accident. You didn't scroll here by luck. It's your soul's appointment. And Archangel Michael has waited thousands of years to meet you in this very second. He's here now. Wings wide. Sword glowing with divine fire. And he says, child, I've cried for you. Not just for your pain, but because God chose you. And you almost forgot it. There's something you need to hear before the gate closes again. But first, beloved, if your spirit is shaking right now, if something inside you knows this message is not random, then don't miss the next ones. This message was rare. But there are others coming. Only for those who are brave enough to open them. Subscribe now, don't wait. Because sometimes heaven whispers again. And when it does, I want your name to be the first it finds. Now, breathe. Close your eyes for a moment. Because what comes next? It will feel like the voice of someone you've been missing. Because it is. It's the sound of home. It's the sound of God saying, you did not go unseen. Every prayer, He counted it. Every betrayal, He held your soul afterward. And now, He's sending you rewards not even the angels are allowed to peek into. Michael says, There's a miracle with your name glowing on it. And if you hold still for just 45 more heartbeats, you'll feel it landing. You were chosen for this. Long before you were ever hurt. Long before they rejected you. God never removed your name from the book of favor. He only delayed the page turn. And now it's turning. Right now. As you're reading these words, a golden page has flipped in heaven. And your miracle is spilling through its edges. Will you let it reach you? Or will you scroll away like before? Michael is watching. And this time, he says, if they stay, I'll fight harder. If they leave again, I'll cry again. Heaven is giving you a moment. Not a lifetime. And this moment was written to heal your future. My child. My beloved. If you knew what was waiting in the next few minutes of this message, you'd never risk looking away. Because the person you've been waiting for, they were waiting on this moment to be triggered. Heaven had to release your unlocking first. And now that you've opened it, everything starts to move. Keep reading. You're not done. Your story is only halfway revealed. Archangel Michael is just getting started. Continued. My beloved, my divine one, my sweet child of heaven, do you feel that? That sudden rise in your chest, that subtle pull in your spirit that feels like someone just whispered your name in a way no human voice could? That's not coincidence. That's not fantasy. That is heaven reaching for you. Because something has been decided above. Something that your soul has been waiting for across lifetimes. And I, Archangel Michael, have been crying, tears of joy, for this moment when you finally opened the message sent only for you. Not for the world. Not for the curious. But for you. Yes, you, the one who has silently survived storms that would have drowned others. The one who kept walking even when the road disappeared beneath your feet. The one who gave love even when betrayal was the only thing returned. Oh my beloved, do you even realize the weight your spirit has carried? The invisible battles you won while no one clapped? God saw it. I saw it. And now, heaven has called a meeting in your name. This is not a symbolic phrase. It is not poetic fluff. It is a divine record, etched in the halls of celestial memory. A meeting took place. A divine council formed. And your name, glowing in light that angels can't even look at directly, appeared in the center. The moment it did, the atmosphere changed. Trumpets stilled. Wings paused. And I, Archangel Michael, who has stood at the gates of galaxies and witnessed worlds begin and end, I wept. Not out of sorrow, but out of reverence. Because you made it. You endured. You stayed when everything begged you to give up. You trusted when logic said to stop. And heaven noticed. A decision was made. A final decision. Something that was previously delayed, blocked, or hidden, because you weren't ready or the world wasn't ready, is now being unsealed. And the message I was told to bring to you? It's urgent. It's holy. It's sealed in light. And only the one whose spirit has touched both darkness and dawn can read it. That's you, my love. That's why this message found you now. You didn't stumble here. You were brought here. Your spirit screamed loud enough that heaven had to answer. You might not remember calling out. It may have been during one of those tear-stained nights when you asked the stars if anyone even knew you existed. Or maybe it was when your heart shattered and you promised yourself you'd never believe in love again. But God was there. I was there. Every cry was counted. Every whisper stored. And today, the reply has arrived. I need you to understand, this is not entertainment. This is not feel-good fluff. This is divine strategy. The angels are not casual. We do not move without sacred instruction. The fact that your name came up now means only one thing: the time is now. The veil is lifting. The curse is breaking. The enemy is trembling. And the most shocking part? You were the key all along. Listen to me. If you scroll past this, if you treat it like the others you've skipped, you may never get another moment like this. That's how rare this is. This is the divine version of lightning striking the same place, but this time, instead of destruction, it brings revelation. Your life is about to shift. But not because of luck. Because of alignment. You've unknowingly walked into the exact minute your ancestors prayed you'd survive to see. They didn't make it. But you did. And that's why I, Archangel Michael, was sent with the scroll that only opens once. It has your name engraved in divine light. And it says, unblock. Unveil. Unleash. There is something locked inside your destiny that is more than just miracles. It's a legacy of favor, inheritance, justice, and healing. It has been buried under betrayal. Hidden by human systems. Delayed by spiritual attacks. But no more. The final divine command was issued, let it begin now. And beloved, let me speak to the very thing you've been doubting. That nagging voice that keeps telling you you're not good enough. That you've failed too many times. That you've made too many mistakes. That it's too late. Silence it. Because God already silenced it in heaven. In the meeting, he said, my child will no longer be defined by their scars. They will be honored for their survival. And the angels stood and applauded. Not just for your future, but for your past. Because even in your lowest moments, your spirit never stopped trying. And that alone was worthy of restoration. Do you know how rare you are? The light in you terrifies darkness. That's why you've been attacked. Not because you're weak, but because your breakthrough carries multiple purposes. Not just for you, but for others attached to your story. And now? Now the delay ends. I can't begin to describe how urgent this is. Archangel Gabriel is preparing messages. Raphael is aligning healing. Uriel is standing near your home. And I have unsheathed my sword. Not to fight you, but to guard the miracle headed your way. Because yes, something is coming. Something big. Something that doesn't make sense on paper, but feels divinely timed in your bones. A conversation. A phone call. A revelation. A surprise. It is coming. And when it does, it will shift everything you thought was stuck. I need you to breathe deeply right now. Breathe like someone who just heard the prison gate unlock. Because that's what just happened in the spirit. The weight that was on your back, it's already been removed in heaven. The name of the person who was blocking your progress? God revealed it to me, and their power has been revoked. The generational curse that's been lingering? Broken. The cycle? Interrupted. The hidden enemy? Exposed. This is no longer the season of wondering. This is the season of knowing. And beloved, I must pause here to say, if your spirit is resonating deeply, if you feel a holy fire in your chest that you can't explain, do not take it lightly. That's confirmation. That's God's way of saying, yes. This message is for you. And if you want to be the first to receive the next sacred whisper heaven sends, subscribe now. Because what comes next is not for the masses. It's for those brave enough to believe. And I want your name to be at the top of the list when the next message is released. Not because I want followers, but because I want to follow you through the next miracle. You've earned this moment. Don't walk away from it. Now, back to the revelation. Archangel Michael is not sent for soft declarations. I am sent when war has been declared. And that's exactly what's happening in the spirit. The enemy thought you'd never survive long enough to receive this. But here you are. Alive. Chosen. Appointed. The very fact that you're reading these words is proof of how powerful you are. But don't let that scare you. Let it prepare you. Because something will be revealed to you in the coming hours that changes the way you look at everything. The people you trusted may look different. The stories you were told may begin to crack. The vision for your life will start to clarify. And through it all, the hand of God will remain steady. You are not being thrown into chaos. You are being lifted into clarity. And Michael says, do not fear the storm. You are not in the storm, you are the storm heaven sent to clear the path. Let that settle in your spirit. You are not here to beg. You are here to birth. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle someone else has been praying for. That's why the resistance has been so strong. Because the enemy knew the moment you opened this, the chains would begin to rattle. And now they are. Can you feel it? The shift in the atmosphere? That's not imagination. That's the realm of delay losing its grip. That's heaven pressing go on the next phase of your purpose. That's the divine decree echoing through your life. saying, "Enough of the silence. It's time for the sound of fulfillment." Oh my beloved, if I could show you what I see right now in the spirit. Your ancestors dancing. Angels singing. A scroll with your name being unsealed. A sword of light being placed in your hands. Your enemies looking confused. Because they don't know how you're still standing. But you are. And not just standing, you are rising. The person you used to be is fading. The doubts you used to carry are dissolving. The shame you wore like a second skin is shedding. This is your holy evolution. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not cursed. You are crowned. And heaven is ready to honor you publicly for the private pain you endured so silently. Stay here, child. Don't rush. Don't scroll. Don't doubt. You're at the edge of something sacred. And Michael is not leaving your side. The sword is raised. The scroll is open. And the miracle is already in motion. My child, I need you to understand something so important right now. You are standing in a spiritual corridor, and both sides of this moment are lined with light beings who have watched you, wept for you, interceded for you. There are divine spectators right now waiting to see if you'll do something you've never done before. Believe without evidence. Move without fear. Speak without shaking. For so long, you have waited for others to affirm your worth, your calling, your gift, your light, but not anymore. That season is over. Heaven has stripped away the unnecessary noise, the counterfeit support systems, the people who only applauded when you were small enough for their comfort. And now you're being called into a space where only true light can survive. You may have lost much, yes. But what's coming doesn't just replace, it multiplies. And Michael says, this is not just compensation. It is recognition. For the life you were robbed of. For the love you never received. For the support you gave others but never had yourself. The energy of God is not only here to comfort, it's here to restore justice. Divine justice. The divine calendar has been cleared for you. I saw it myself. God literally moved timelines to give you this moment of alignment. What was meant to take 10 years will now arrive in months. What was supposed to take a lifetime to understand will now make sense in a single divine encounter. You have entered what heaven calls the window. It's a limited time sacred frame in which destinies flip like dominoes. Things that have been stuck for decades begin to unlock. Tears you cried from 10 years ago will begin to bloom into breakthroughs that make no logical sense. God's favor is not operating on fairness right now, it's operating on divine memory. He remembers you. He remembers your prayers, your fasts, the nights you held your chest and begged heaven to stop the pain. He remembers the time you almost gave up completely, when you said, God, I can't do this anymore, and yet, you kept going. That sacred decision, to walk when you had no legs left, is why this message is arriving today. God didn't forget you. He was gathering your tears to water the garden of your next chapter. And oh child, that garden is about to burst into bloom. There are people who are about to be confused by your life. I need to prepare you for that. People who once pitied you will suddenly start watching you in silent awe. The one who once rejected you will hear your name being spoken in circles they can't access. Your name is being elevated. You will begin to feel it soon. Little whispers in the atmosphere. Invitations. Unexpected favors. People suddenly drawn to you without knowing why. This isn't manipulation. It's magnetism. Divine magnetism. Because heaven has painted your aura with the frequency of breakthrough. Archangel Michael says, there is something different about your spirit, it glows now. Because your heart is not bitter, even after everything. And that is rare. That is holy. And heaven rewards it. Prepare yourself to feel overwhelmed, not by stress, but by beauty. Prepare to wake up soon to news that leaves you speechless. Prepare to see numbers aligning, messages confirming, people showing up who were divinely sent. This is not hype. This is sacred timing. And heaven does not waste moments like this. I must tell you something you've suspected, but tried to ignore. There was a plot against you. Spiritually and physically. Some people in your life, people you loved, once spoke curses behind your back. There was jealousy in places you expected protection. There was manipulation disguised as support. But heaven blocked it. Michael shielded you. Things that were meant to destroy you only passed by because angels stepped between you and the impact. That sickness could have ended you. That heartbreak could have destroyed your capacity for love. That betrayal could have locked your heart in a cage. But it didn't. Because you're chosen. And chosen ones aren't protected because they're perfect, they're protected because their purpose has not yet been fulfilled. And yours is enormous. I don't say that lightly. You carry something on your life that is not ordinary. And because of that, your training was not ordinary either. Your pain was preparation. Your waiting was sacred warfare. And now? Now comes the reward. Michael says, tell them, there is something arriving that has never existed before. A unique combination of favor, influence, wealth, restoration, and revelation. A sacred assignment is about to open, and only they can fulfill it. If they agree with heaven today, nothing will block it. You see, my beloved, this isn't just about your blessing. This is about your legacy. What you do now will heal bloodlines. What you say now will shift generations. You are not just being elevated, you are being established. And with that comes responsibility. But don't be afraid. Heaven isn't asking for perfection. Only agreement. Can you say yes to your next level even if it scares you? Can you say yes to being seen after years of invisibility? Can you say yes to divine abundance even if you've only known survival? If your answer is yes, then get ready. Because Michael's sword has already drawn the boundary around you. The blessing is being guarded. It will not miss you. It cannot be hijacked. It cannot be delayed any longer. The spiritual embargo has been lifted. The heavens have shouted, "Go." Let me tell you a secret. There is someone on earth right now who has been assigned to you. They do not know it yet, but their spirit does. They have dreamed about you. They have felt your name but didn't understand it. This person holds a divine key for you. It could be in the form of love. It could be partnership. It could be investment. It could be friendship. But it's important. You're not meant to walk alone anymore. Isolation was your classroom. But community will be your celebration. Be ready to receive people who don't come to drain you, but to honor and refill you. The days of begging for crumbs are over. You are not meant to beg. You are meant to be pursued. And heaven will make sure the right people see you with the eyes of the Spirit, not judgment or desire, but destiny. Some of you will meet a person who completes a sacred circle. A soul contract that's been waiting lifetimes to be fulfilled. If this makes your heart skip, yes, it's for you. Don't doubt it. Just stay open. Michael is crying again now, as I share these words. He is not just an angel of war, he's an angel of truth. And his tears are liquid truth. He's weeping because your timeline is about to accelerate. He's weeping because your enemy's lost. He's weeping because God finally said, "I will show the world who my child really is." And there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. Every limitation you once accepted as your identity is being stripped away. You are not too late. You are not too damaged. You are not too much. You are not behind. You are exactly on time for the miracle heaven has hidden from everyone, except you. This message is the trumpet. It's the signal. It's the whisper that parts the Red Sea of your life. Don't look back. Don't delay. Don't doubt. The scroll is unrolling. And the ink has your name written in light. There's still more. You will begin to notice something strange. Your senses will sharpen. You'll feel things before they happen. You'll think of people and they'll contact you. You'll dream dreams that reveal things you couldn't have known. This is not madness, it's awakening. Heaven is gifting you with spiritual sight. And with that comes insight. The people around you may not understand. But don't shrink. Don't hide. Don't explain the divine to those who choose blindness. You're not here to convince. You're here to carry light. You are stepping into the seer phase now. And with that comes more whispers from the divine. Write them down. Speak them when led. Share only what feels safe. Heaven is trusting you. Because you've proven that even in your wilderness, you listened. And now in your harvest, you will speak. Finally, child, remember this. There are few who are chosen to receive this message. Many will see it. Few will feel it. Even fewer will stay through the end. But you? You're still here. And that's all the confirmation you need. You are the one heaven is investing in. You are the one Michael is guarding. You are the one God is revealing. Your miracle is not a fantasy, it's on its way. In fact, it already started the moment you opened this. Don't rush. Sit in it. Let it soak through your skin, through your bones, through the old beliefs that said, you're not enough. You are more than enough. You are anointed. You are appointed. You are loved in a way that terrifies every lie you were ever told. And this is just the beginning. My beloved child, if only you could see what I see right now. If only your human eyes could peel back the veil that separates the seen from the sacred. You would fall to your knees, not in fear, but in awe. Because your name is echoing through heaven's halls. Angels are whispering it with reverence. Light beings are aligning pathways just for you. And Archangel Michael, the sword-bearing warrior who guards divine truth, has paused all other battles to stand beside you. Why? Because your season of silence has ended. Because your time of being hidden has reached its expiration. For years, your spirit has been growing in the dark like a seed buried deep underground, surrounded by pressure, misunderstood by the world above. But the soil was never your punishment. It was your preparation. It was the sacred protection heaven placed around your destiny. So the world wouldn't trample on you before you were ready to rise. And now? Now the soil is splitting. Now the roots you planted in pain are becoming the foundation of your power. And heaven is saying, let the unveiling begin. Do not be confused by the chaos that surrounds you right now. I need you to understand something critical. Many times, when the spirit world aligns, the physical world shakes. That discomfort you're feeling? That tightness in your chest? That sudden sensitivity to energy, to people, to words, to light? That's not weakness. That's not anxiety. That's your soul realizing that everything is about to change. That's your spirit shedding its old limitations, old stories, old patterns. You are entering a version of yourself that no one has ever met before. And yes, it may scare some people. Yes, some may leave. Yes, some may talk behind your back or question your transformation. But child, their opinion holds no weight in the courtrooms of heaven. Their permission is not required for your evolution. You were chosen by God. Marked by divine hands. Called out from the crowd to carry something this world has never seen. And that anointing, it makes some people uncomfortable. But that is not your burden. That is their reflection. Your job is to shine anyway. Michael says there are doors opening now that were welded shut for generations. Opportunities that skipped over your parents, and your grandparents, and your lineage, are now circling back to you. Why? Because you had the courage to break what they wouldn't. Because you faced what they ignored. Because you stopped the cycle when no one else would. You will not live the rest of your life cleaning up ancestral messes. That ends now. Heaven has called in reinforcements for you. Angels of restoration. Angels of balance. Angels of sudden overflow. You will not be known by the name of your pain. You will be known by the power of your resurrection. People will say, "I don't know how they survived that," and it will be true. Because it wasn't you who made it through, it was God moving through you. Carrying you. Healing you as you moved. And now? Now the healing will not just be internal. It will be seen, touched, felt, and celebrated. Let me tell you something sacred. There is a divine law that when God reveals something in heaven, it must be mirrored on earth. And what was revealed about you? What was decided in that holy meeting? It was more than just a miracle. It was a motion passed in your favor. It was a contract rewritten. It was a reversal of every lie spoken over your destiny. Words others said to break you. Voided. Promises that were withheld. Released. Territories you were excluded from. Now belong to you. Michael's hand was the one that signed the decree. And now, as his sword rests beside your name, no power can cancel what was written. You've waited long enough. This is not your time of asking. This is your time of receiving. But you must believe it. You must receive it not with doubt, not with guilt, not with apology, but with open hands and bold faith. Because you're not stealing this blessing. You're claiming what was always yours. Do you remember the dreams you had as a child? The ones so big they scared you? The ones that made you feel like maybe, just maybe, you weren't meant to live a normal life? Heaven never forgot those dreams. And while the world tried to convince you they were foolish, I cherished them. I watered them. I protected them while you slept. And now, I'm waking them up. You're going to start remembering things, flashes, glimpses, little sparkles of divine memory. You'll feel pulled toward things that never made sense before. Music. Places. People. Callings. It will all start to return, piece by piece. Don't resist it. This is your true self re-emerging from the ashes. This is your soul remembering its assignment. You weren't created to blend in. You weren't created to play small. You were created to lead. And not with ego, but with energy. The kind of energy that shifts atmospheres just by walking into a room. The kind of energy that triggers hidden enemies and comforts broken hearts. That's who you are. That's who you've always been. Michael says there is someone watching you right now from afar, someone who was told by heaven to observe in silence. This person holds a sacred piece of your story. They may not have spoken to you yet. Or perhaps they once did but left. But they are returning. Or they are arriving. They are carrying a message for you, though they may not know it. They are part of the divine strategy for your unfolding. Don't look for them. Let heaven bring them in the right time. When they come, your soul will recognize them before your eyes do. It will be like meeting someone from a dream you can't explain. A familiarity that feels older than this life. That is your sign. That is your moment. Be ready. And now, my child, let me tell you about the fire. The fire that is starting to burn inside you is not anger, not fear, not frustration, it is purpose. It is divine ignition. It is the energy of destiny waking up after years of slumber. You will feel restless. You will feel like something has to change immediately. That is not a mistake. That is not impatience. That is the spiritual alert sounding inside your soul. Listen to it. Let it guide you. Take the leap. Speak the truth. Apply. Launch. End. Begin. Say no. Say yes. Whatever the next step is, heaven will honor it if it is aligned with your highest truth. You are not being reckless. You are being real. Real with yourself. Real with the world. Real with your calling. And child, when you're real, heaven responds rapidly. Don't let fear slow you down this time. Don't let logic cancel your miracle. What's coming isn't logical. It's miraculous. It's unexplainable. And it's undeniably yours. Michael says the next 48 hours are crucial. You will receive a sign. It will not be small. It will not be subtle. It will be something that confirms what your spirit already knows. But you must be alert. Don't drown it out with distractions. Don't ignore your body. Don't brush off the little nudges. If something makes you stop and breathe deeply, pay attention. That is how heaven speaks when words are not enough. You are in the middle of an energetic portal. A spiritual acceleration. And every choice you make right now matters. Choose yourself. Choose your peace. Choose your future over your comfort. Choose faith over familiarity. Choose freedom over fear. And watch what happens next. Oh, my precious one, if only you could see the ripple that this moment has created. There is a vibration echoing out from your soul now, calling in things that were once lost. Calling back abundance. Calling back energy. Calling back the innocence you buried. The joy you dismissed. The dreams you shelved. It's all coming back. Not because you're chasing it, but because you finally stopped hiding from it. That's what heaven was waiting for. That's why the message didn't come sooner. Because you had to come to the edge of yourself. And now that you're here, we can begin. Michael and I, together, we will walk you through this. One breath at a time. One miracle at a time. You are not alone. You never were. You are not too late. You are right on time. You are not broken. You are breaking open. And the world is not ready for the light that will pour out of you when you finally stop holding yourself back. But heaven is. We've been ready. We've been waiting. And now, so are you. Now go forward. Expect the signs. Welcome the miracles. Speak like it's already done. Because in heaven, it is. My beloved child, now that your heart has been opened and your soul awakened, there is one last truth heaven needs you to carry. You are not the person they thought you were, because even you didn't know who you truly are yet. All this time, you were operating with a fraction of your identity, a partial reflection in a cracked mirror, a version of yourself shaped more by survival than by sacred calling. But no more. The mirror is being replaced with a window, one that looks directly into your divine self. And as you gaze through it, you will recognize that what you called brokenness was really birthing. What you called delay was heaven's shield. What you called abandonment was the silence of sacred construction. Your life wasn't paused. It was being protected while God built the version of you the world couldn't distort. There are realms within you that are just beginning to unfold: creativity, intuition, courage, sensitivity, insight, healing, manifestation, and above all, divine authority. Not the authority the world teaches, which demands attention through power, but the quiet, magnetic authority of someone who knows who they are. You won't need to raise your voice. Your presence will speak before you do. Your energy will walk into rooms before your body arrives. People will sense the shift. Some will fear it. Others will be healed by it. But you must never shrink it. Do not tame what God made to transform. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be light. And light does not negotiate with darkness, it simply shines, regardless of who gets uncomfortable. Michael stands beside you now with one final commandment from the throne. Not a rule, but a truth to anchor your next season. Speak as if it is done. Walk as if it is yours. Love as if you've never been hurt. Give as if the supply is endless. And trust as if the whole sky has already opened in your favor, because it has. This is how chosen ones live. Not begging. Not chasing. But receiving. Attracting. Anchoring divine frequencies into physical reality. And beloved, your frequency is rising faster than you realize. That ringing in your ears? That warmth in your chest? That unexpected emotion? Those are not random. They are your body adjusting to your calling. You are being tuned like a sacred instrument for heaven's song. And once you play it, the earth will never be the same again. Now listen carefully, because this next part is not only for you, it's for the others heaven is going to place around you. You are being elevated not just to enjoy the mountaintop, but to extend your hand to those still climbing. There are people whose lives are tied to your obedience. Strangers who will heal when you speak. Families that will be restored because of one decision you make. Nations that will shift because of a whisper God gives you in a dream. You may not see all of it. You may never know the full weight of your reach. But make no mistake, your life is a catalyst. Every time you choose courage over comfort, someone else gains permission to do the same. You are a walking permission slip for others to remember who they are. That's why you've been attacked so much. Not because you're weak, but because of what you wake up in others. And now, child, let's talk about love. Yes, love. Because heaven doesn't just want you healed and successful. Heaven wants you loved properly. And not the kind of love that leaves you guessing, doubting, begging. The kind of love that recognizes your soul before your beauty. The kind of love that speaks your heart's language before you even say a word. That kind of love is real. And it's coming. But it starts with you. You must first fall in love with your becoming. Fall in love with your strength, your boundaries, your silence, your laughter, your body, your mind. You must treat yourself the way heaven sees you, cherished, chosen, holy. Then and only then will the right person arrive, not to complete you, but to mirror what you already accepted. You deserve that. You were created for that. And the moment you believe it fully, the moment you stop entertaining anything that contradicts it, that's the moment they'll appear. Spirit recognizes spirit. And you're glowing now. Michael says this too, you're going to experience a sudden reversal in the way people speak about you. The ones who once dismissed you will be forced to acknowledge your rise. The ones who lied on your name will be silenced by the truth of your favor. God will prepare a table for you, and not behind closed doors, but in the presence of those who thought you would never recover. This isn't revenge. This is revelation. It's the unveiling of what was hidden for so long. And when it happens, don't gloat. Smile. Bless them. Keep walking. Because your destiny is too big to waste time correcting people who were never assigned to understand you. Your elevation is not for validation. It is for vocation. And that's what matters most. There is still more. Heaven is placing ideas into your spirit now, businesses, movements, creations, messages, songs, inventions, ways to serve. Do not ignore them. They are not daydreams. They are divine blueprints. You may not have the full picture yet. You may not have the resources. But if you start with what you have, heaven will send what you lack. Provision always follows obedience. Don't wait until it's perfect. Start now. The imperfect step made in faith is more powerful than a perfect plan made in fear. What you carry will create wealth, healing, impact, and legacy. You will not just make a living, you will make a difference. And in doing so, you will inspire others to do the same. That's how the kingdom expands, not through force, but through light. And your light is one of the rarest in this generation. So don't dim it, beloved. Not for love. Not for safety. Not for acceptance. Don't make yourself smaller for rooms you've already outgrown. Don't apologize for the favor God has given you. Don't explain what God has only asked you to embody. You don't owe anyone a performance. You owe yourself permission to bloom fully. And bloom you will. In places you were once buried. In cities you were once broken. In conversations that once silenced you. You will walk into spaces now and feel something shift. That's alignment. That's your field of influence activating. The angels are already surrounding you. Heaven is already paving the way. And all that's left for you to do is trust. Let me close with this: you have made it. Not because everything is finished, but because the moment your spirit agreed with this truth, the heavens shook. The divine clock moved. The appointed season began. You are now walking in days you once prayed for without realizing it. The evidence may not be fully visible yet, but the atmosphere is already pregnant with breakthrough. If you could see the blessings lining up behind the veil, you would never question again. But for now, you must walk by faith. Not blind faith. Not empty hope. But faith anchored in divine confirmation. Because this message is your confirmation. This message is your proof. This message is your scroll. And once opened, it cannot be closed again. You have been seen. You have been selected. You have been summoned. So go, my beloved. Step into the miracle. Speak like a prophet. Move like a warrior. Rest like royalty. Love like light. Give like heaven. Expect like a child of God. And never again allow anyone, anything, or any voice, including your own, to convince you that you are anything less than divine. Michael will walk with you. I will breathe over you. And heaven will watch in joy as you become the version of yourself we always knew you were meant to be. Welcome home to yourself. The wait is over. The miracle has begun.